The families of two of Bryan Kohberger's victims are now suing the city of Moscow, Idaho, over crime scene photos. Kohberger pleaded guilty and was sentenced to life in prison last month for the murders of University of Idaho students Madison-Mogen, Ethan Chapin, Xander Kernodle, and Kaylee Gonsalves. Fox 13's Shira Matsuzawa joins us now to break down the lawsuit. Shira?
I talked with attorney Leander James, who represents the families of Madison-Mogen and Ethan Chapin. He says that lawsuit is on their behalf. Now, James tells me he filed an injunction asking the city to order the city of Moscow to stop releasing photos and body cam footage from Maddie's bedroom where Maddie and Kaylee were killed. He also filed a temporary restraining order, which is an emergency type filing where the judge can rule to temporarily stop the city from disseminating those images. Now, the judge granted that temporary restraining order, agreeing with the families that the images were an unwarranted invasion of personal privacy, which means those images will not be released until they have the hearing for the injunction. Of course, this comes after the city of Moscow released nearly 200 photos from the King Road home last week. James tells me the family didn't get any notice the city was releasing those images, which isn't mandated but usually provided.
When the door was shut behind Mr. Kohberger and he went to prison for the rest of his life, Karen and Scott felt like they could, take a deep breath and start to move on with their lives. And it was a positive day. And unfortunately, this prospect of the death scene images of their child being thrown out there to the world has visited them with a great deal of horror and has set them back again.
James tells me he did reach out to the city before filing that lawsuit, but they couldn't come to an agreement.
Images are powerful emotional triggers. I'm just one attorney. I can only do as much as I can do. I'm trying to stop what I can. I kind of feel like, honestly, I feel like I'm standing in front of a flood coming at me with a Dixie cup. But for those who are criticizing us for stopping the release of further images, I would ask them to search their hearts to look at what's the right thing to do and what the legal thing is to do.
That injunction hearing was scheduled for Thursday, but James tells me he received a request from the city this afternoon to postpone that hearing, so we'll have to wait and see what happens moving forward. But no doubt these families have been through so much, and this is just one more thing they're now having to deal with. In the newsroom, I'm Shira Matsuzawa, Fox 13 News.